Hey guys, how you doing? We're going to be taking a look at getting PicoDrive on the Pocket C.H.I.P so we can play some Sega Genesis. Now as you can see, I've reflashed Pocket C.H.I.P and the keyboard seems to be doing really bizarre things, so we may end up with a few issues here and there. But we're going to get PicoDrive. This plays Sega Genesis, Sega CD, Sega 32 times. Now those do need a BIOS file, so we won't actually be showing any gameplay of those, but we will be showing gameplay of the Sega Mega Drive itself, and we're going to install it together. So first things first, this is a reflashed Pocket C.H.I.P, so there's nothing on here, no customizable icons, just bog standard reflashed Pocket C.H.I.P, and we need to install a couple of things, or at least one thing definitely first, and we actually need to install a package from, well, it's for the Raspberry Pi, but we need to install it. So we need to put in our first command, which will be sudo, obviously after sudo apt-get update, it will be sudo apt-get install, and then it's libasound 2, and then dev space git, and then core, which is what we're going to want to install. So it looks like that. I'm going to want to press enter, and it may take a little bit of time to do this. Unable to locate package core. That's what we done wrong. So it's sudo apt get install libasound 2 dev minus dev, and then git minus or git minus core, and we want to press enter, and it'll ask us, do you want to install this? Y for yes, and we will install this before we start our first task. It's quite a big file, so it will take a little bit of time. But once it's done, we can head over to step 2. Now this actually isn't part of the tutorial that I'm reading or working through with you guys. This is something I found out I needed to install before I could get the emulator actually working, or before I can get to the next step. I haven't actually used the emulator yet, so I'm hoping that we can get it working together and then use it. You may need to get a ROM file though on your USB stick. I've got mine with me here with Sonic the Hedgehog. Always handy because it's easier to locate where the ROM files are, and then you can copy them over onto your Pocket C.H.I.P. It's taking its time. Okay, so now that's done, we can move on to the next step. Now the next step is actually something we've not used before, a command we've not used before, but it's sudo git clone, and then we need to put in a HTTPS. So make sure you connect to the internet before you do this. HTTPS, or connect to it now. Function m. Oh, come on. See, this has happened to me twice now, where it's not worked properly. HTTPS. Yeah, it just seems to not want to play ball with me, so we're gonna have to reboot the Pocket chip, guys. Sorry about this. Because sometimes it does this to me for some reason. The keyboard goes a bit wacky, especially after I've reflashed it. But you may not have to reboot your Pocket chip. Wow, the screen's doing some weird stuff. Ooh. Spinny. And once we've booted her up, hopefully the M button with the function will now work. Again, it takes a little time to reboot, and we're back to the tutorial stage. I haven't switched it off because we've just flashed, so oh, go away. I don't know what we're doing now, but it's annoying me. Right, so we should be connected to the internet, but we're not connected for some reason, so we're going to have to go and reconnect. We're connected. Go back into the terminal, and now we need to type in sudo git and then clone and then https function m / github .com and then / notaz, so that's NOTAZ, and then / PicoDrive, all lowercase, .git, and then press enter, and we need a password, which is chip, and we should get cloning. There we go, and it should do the following. And once we've done that, we can then go into CD. Oh no, I don't know why it keeps asking me to do that. CD PicoDrive, and then we want to press enter, and then we're going to want to go to sudo git submodule and then space update and then -init. So it should look like the following, and then we're going to want to press enter. And that's now done. So now we're going to want to go to sudo apt-get install and then libs and then dl 1.2, so 1.2 and then minus dev. So your command should look something like that. And we'll press enter. And it should ask us, do we want to install? The answer is yes, of course we do. And it'll fetch everything and it'll install it. Now this is another one that will take a little bit of time to do. But once it's done, we can move on. It does take a little bit of time, guys. Hopefully we're almost there. Processing triggers. There may be another lot. This may be the last bit, but we'll see. If you guys like this video, then please slap the like button. It really does help. It really does. And if you want to give me some feedback, then please do so in the comment section below. Also, if you want to give me tips, tricks, or anything that I could use, because I'm still a novice when it comes to this stuff, so I get lost quite easily. Sometimes I do manage to find stuff out that hasn't been put in the tutorial, but most of the time I also follow a tutorial of sorts. I just do it so that we get to do it together in the video. But now that's done, we can go on to the next stage, which is sudo, and then it's space dot forward slash and then configure. Now this may do something, this may not do anything. I've been having issues with this. So we press enter, and it actually says compiler test failed. Please check config log. So this bit ends up a bit weird. We'll try it again and see if we can get it to work. So configure, and then it's we'll put in PicoDrive. So we'll put in configure. So we need sudo for that. So we'll go to sudo configure, and I'm doing that wrong. So ./configure, and then we can put in let's put in PicoDrive and see what happens. And we should end up with something like that. So that means we've done that section, and the next bit is to put in sudo make, but this command will likely not work. So if we press sudo make, it says command not found. So what we need to do here is we need to install another package, or we need to install or reinstall an essential build. So in order to do that, we just type in sudo apt-get install, and then space minus reinstall, all lowercase guys, build, and then minus, and then essential. So the command should look a little like that, and then you press enter, and it should sort this out. It should say yes, we want to continue. This will download 21 megs, 52 megs. So you want to press Y, press enter, and let this do its stuff. And this will take a little bit of time, guys, just like the other one. But we have to do this to be able to use the make argument. And I'm unsure if this is for everyone or if this is just for myself. But I'm presuming everyone will have the same issue with those commands on the PicoDrive stuff. So this is why we're doing a video to show you guys how to sort it out. But once it's installed, then we can go on to the next step, if you will, and then we're almost there. So we're there, almost, are we? Or is my keyboard just entering random gibberish? Yeah, this seems to be happening to me a lot now. I've reflashed this a few times, and that still seems to be happening for some reason. I'm not sure quite why. I think it's just a software bug. So we're back to the main bit, and now we can actually go and type in sudo and then make. And this command should now work. Okay. We need to now, yes. Now we need to run configure again. So /, I think it's sudo dot / do we need a space, guys? Do need a space. Dot / configure, and then you press enter, and this will configure it again, hopefully, and then we can, so yada yada, there we go, we've got different text than last time, and now we just type in sudo and then make, and it will go through this text. It'll go through a hell of a lot of text, and you'll think that this is all wrong, but this is actually correct. We are going through the right path now. Obviously this is reflash chip, like I said, so I can't show you how to get an icon for this because I don't have the customizable home screen on here anymore, but hopefully in a future video I can get an icon sorted out for this emulator, and I can show you how to add one But if you've watched my previous video on customizable home screens, you'll already know how to add one, so you can always follow that and add your own. So we'll go through this. It's quite a long drawn out process, as with each one of these is fairly long and drawn out, sadly, but once we've got there we should be able to run the emulator, which would be pretty damn sweet. Sorry about the background noise, guys. People moving about upstairs. I say it just looks like a load of gibberish, but this does work. And sorry for the long video, but hopefully once we've done it, we'll be able to play some games which will be pretty sweet, or at least we'll be able to boot up Sonic and play some Sonic. I'm not sure how it's going to be with the keyboard, etc. As I say, I haven't managed to try it out yet, so we'll figure this out together, and hopefully the video won't be much longer. And I do ramble on quite a bit for no reason. In fact, this is probably the longest process we've been through. Extremely long. Almost there. Oh dear, this is extremely long, guys. You could have probably made a brew and had a drink and eaten your tea by now. And we're done. So now to boot up PicoDrive, we should just be able to press // and no spaces here, guys, but uppercase P-I-C-O, uppercase D, R, I, V, and E, and we should be able to press enter here, and it'll load up. Now, put a USB stick in. Our USB stick is in there, and we can just get rid of that. So escape. Okay, let's just enter. Come on, go away. Right. So it looks like the arrow keys are working right now. Let's go to. We're going to find our thumb drive. Which will hopefully be somewhere. Hang on guys. Right, if we go into our file browser and just press enter, right, that will not work. So we want to go to // hang on, let's just close everything off before we. There we go. So // uppercase PICO uppercase D and then lowercase R I V and E, and press enter, and we should be able to, there we go. So we can change options here, we can configure controls, we can load a new ROM. We actually have to find out where my USB stick is, which isn't there. So sometimes it's on root, but sometimes it could be anywhere with. Let's go to root chip. I'm not entirely sure where it is, guys. Public. Nope. Right, let's just check out in the file browser where it is. So we've basically media chip. Okay, right. So let's go to media chip. There we go, and we should be able to load up Sonic the Hedgehog here. Without any sound, and it does look kind of funky. So perhaps what we need to do is go back to terminal, press Control and then Tab again. Right. The controls work, do they? Yes. So we're in Green Zone Act 1, and it seems like the arrow keys are all set. We are getting a little bit of, that's why. Is it space to jump? Is it 0 to jump? Is it up to jump? The issue is finding out the controls. But we can configure these, so we can change the options here, and hopefully we can sort of get some sound on. Yeah, enable sound is, we won't get any sound, will we? Because there's no sound built into the Pocket chip, but sound is on, so I'm presuming we'll get sound. Doesn't look like we can change the screen size, so now we can configure controls. But to be honest, I'm not entirely sure what controls what, but the annoying thing is having that thing in the background. So let's just Control C. Let's go to Control Tab to switch the tabs, and let's see if we can close this down. Close window, and then I'm hoping maybe we needed to press. No, we don't. So we should be able to just put it in now. /Shift PICO Shift DRIVE. Press enter. Let's go to change options again. Let's see if we can region, show FPS, sound quality. It doesn't look like we're able to change the size of the screen. If we go to chip, I've lost the blooming thing now. Let's go out of this. I think it's in media. Chip. There we go. And if we boot up Sonic the Hedgehog USA, yeah, it seems like we only get a portion of the screen. Maybe we can configure this, but I'm not entirely sure how. But that is how to get PicoDrive running on your Pocket Chip. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and if you did, please hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike button, and please let me know why in the comment section below. Hopefully you can find the keys to actually work it. But until next time, cheers.